ladies and gentlemen, I'm John Gray, and we're just plain living here post South Jackson Goes Country for the 46th year.
Yeah.
Me and Peggy Burton and this old man right here, we were there and did 3 days worth.
I was there for 2 shows. I didn't make it to the first one. Sometimes I'm just too weary.
Too weary?
Too weary.
Well, we need to send out a great...
But I'm proud of it. I'm proud it went on, and I'm proud it's done. And Amy Beckstead did a good job directing, and I'm glad that it's done.
Well, and the whole family. I mean, you had Amy was directing, Amelia was staging on one side, her husband was announcing in the back, her sister was running
doing the
sound.
Yeah, it was her father was in the show. I thought that was a beautiful family
Oh yeah.
endeavor because they all pitched in.
They pitched in.
Uh,
And it was well done, well put together.
Right. It was. And I hope it made a lot of money.
And the band was incredible.
Yes, they were. I wanted to thank all the sponsors. We have some wonderful sponsors that stay with us most every year, and I'm proud of that.
Well, I was proud of spending time with my son Jacob. He'd been in the
too.
show
That was great.
numerous times, and you know I'm getting to where I don't know how many more years I can continue to do what I do, and he'd be a good one to take over that slot.
Yeah.
But that's up to whoever's doing
We
doing
all
the show.
love Jacob. Jacob has a fabulous voice.
Well, and he's a clown. He's like his daddy. He got plenty of.
Where could that come from?
I don't know. Must have got that from his mama.
Yeah.
I don't think so. I don't think so. So, but Jacob and I didn't get. Well, we got to sing half of the chorus to "Will the Circle Be Unbroken."
Yeah.
And we got to hit one big high harmony note together.
Oh, great.
I hope it came across.
It did.
Yeah.
It did.
So, but because we didn't get to sing, I got CJ to pull up the strut opening that we did years ago, where Jacob and I were singing together, and we're going.
I was thinking that would make a good opening again because it's been a long time.
It has been, but here we go. We'll play that right now if CJ's ready.
This next song is one my dad wrote for me and some other people. We gotta keep your head high and strut through all the tough stuff in life. So get me going. Further off
Finish
Yeah,
right.
cut it off. There it is. There was,
I wish I could remember the dates on all these things.
that was 13. I think he said
2013.
2013. That's,
Yeah, I was still doing it then.
you know, so that's a long time ago.
It is
We
a
were
long
all
time
young.
ago.
We were all young children back then.
I know, it's been a long haul, but
It has been, but it's been a lot of fun.
I'm so proud of the people that keep coming back, and that's so kind. They keep supporting us, you know, just the audience themselves.
You know, when
We
I
need
ask every night, who
who
was there
new.
anybody out there that's never been here before?
And the young man with me,
And
Sunday,
Yeah.
was new, and he loved it.
and there was probably 6, 8, 10 people every day that had never been to the show.
So a lot of people have been coming every year.
Oh yeah, and they know it. And Mark Brown's Stumping Tree.
I know.
Mark probably buys 20 tickets every year
Right.
and brings all kinds of
Well,
people in there. And
he also buys 2 commercials every
sure he
year.
does. Sure he does. They're great people, and I can remember when their daughter, redheaded, she was redheaded like a ginger.
Yeah.
Like a Scottish girl, you know, and she could sing. So it's been years and years. It's a family affair, and you know, I said that it's like going to a family reunion that you only go to once a year.
But you look forward to it.
And there's
You
the
think,
same people that are involved, and they got little grandbabies, and
I
they got
know.
bit babies, and it's just wonderful. And somebody making pickles, and somebody making barbecue, and it just goes on and on
I
and on.
remember
It's wonderful.
The first time I saw the only time I ever went to the Grand Ole Opry was little children the parents were sitting on the stage while the performers, you know, like the mothers were over here with their children.
Right.
And the children were playing with cars and slapping each other around.
Yeah.
I thought that was so cool, and that I kind of liked. I love it because the children are in
Right,
it too.
right,
And
right.
they have a good time, and they're very good. They want to be there.
Sure they do.
They sing up a storm.
And we have some of them to get up on stage, and they can practice and practice and practice. And there's one about that tall, got up there, and whenever it came time for her to sing, she couldn't do anything but cry.
I know.
You know, that's just the way it is with
That's
some
okay.
of them. So.
That happens.
Yeah. Hey, football season's right around the corner. Till on the Wildcat football, we'll have the next first game will be next Saturday, week from this coming Saturday, and we'll have the the Coy Sisk. I want to say that after doing the John Olive show for 33 years or 30 years, it's kind of hard not to say it.
Hard
but
not to say it,
Coy Sisk
sure.
5th quarter show, and it'll be done on Sunday. That first week of following the ball game, and everybody get your tickets. And we're playing a lot of different teams this year, so it'll be fun.
Yeah.
And we're ready to go with that. And we're doing a new show on Thursdays with Mick Sharan and Cody McMurtry called the Mick and Mac Show.
Oh, how nice.
And it's going to be about all music, not music, all sports.
That'll be good.
It's going to be all
He's gonna
sports,
do
everything, all
baseball,
sports.
soccer,
It's 9 months long.
basketball.
From football game to golf.
Great.
Golf is a sport that has won more. Tullahoma has more state championships in golf than any other sport.
That's wonderful.
And tennis and track and bowling, fishing, archery. All of these sports that never get covered are going to get covered.
Good.
And so we're really excited about that. So that's going to start the Thursday night before the first ball game. So that'll be a week from this Thursday.
Great.
So we're doing that, and just getting ready to hopefully the summer heat is gone.
I don't know. It was pretty warm this morning.
Yeah, well, but yeah, because it's just now getting into August good. So we'll have some more hot stuff. But did it rain at your house this morning?
Maybe 5 minutes.
It came a flood at my house.
That I don't think we got that much.
Yeah, bunch of rain.
What
This
have
is
you
the
been-
time of year that a lot of the clubs and people, you know, one way South Jackson raises money by doing a country show. A lot of these clubs do golf have a
Right.
golf tournament. And I wrote this because of golf, and I've read it before, but this is the time of year for it. It's called Hunting Some Golf.
Okay.
Your husband was a good golfer.
He was fabulous.
Loved to play golf. I got 14 sticks in a naugahyde sack, matching head covers autographed by Jack. Titleist on the tee, McGregor's I swing, hips explode like Elvis, baby, I'm the king. So every spare minute that I have off, I'm out in the short grass hunting some golf. Don't search for big bucks or squirrels in the tree. I'd trade a trophy bass for just one birdie. Chasing the little white truant with no fur or feathers, no matter the season, no matter the weather. No antlers on the wall, no fish in the freezer, no trophies on the shelf. I don't have them either. Yes, I hunt some golf, that's what I like to do. Never cared to learn how to cast and shoot. Don't need a boat or truck to haul my kill, just some clubs, a course, and a little bit of skill. Great drive, a long putt, a wedge close to the pin. No matter how bad I score, I'll go back again, hunting some golf. Although I'm not very good, I can't resist the call. I'll keep hunting golf till I lose my last ball. So
That's nice.
that's one of them right there. A lot of the songs, you know, that we had J4. He was on the show. Then he came and played in the country show. A lot of songs are different.
Right.
The music changes. It goes from one thing. Pendulum swings back and forth.
Yeah, it does.
And so this is about an old boy who writes a traditional country song
Okay.
and pitches it to a young radio producer.
Oh, to see if he'll
It's
buy
called
it.
That Ain't No Song. It came in a dream, a sweet melody with a light lyric floating on top. Then some young cat said, enough of that, dude, you gotta stop. You got it all wrong. That ain't no song. Just a bunch of words telling how it hurts when you feel you've been done wrong. Simple chords and notes that someone wrote so anyone can sing along. But it ain't no song. All it does is tell the truth about loss, gain, trucks, train, rendezvous, and a corner booth. While the record guy says it won't fly, when the DJ spins, we all listen in. But it ain't no song. Ain't nothing fancy, jacked up, or techno canned. Just a simple melody and vocals we can understand. But it ain't no song. 'Cause some guru tells you so. Guess it's time the fans let that hot shot know. Every time it spins, we all listen in as the whole world sings along. Because it's a big hit, but it ain't no song.
It ain't no song.
So it ain't no song. So with that said, what we'll do right now is we're going to take a short commercial break. And just like in the country show, pay attention to our commercials. The people who buy commercials on these shows are the ones that support us and help us have fun with you and share information. We're going to have Chris. We bringing back Dog of the Month.
Good.
Chris is going to be on here in just a minute with a brand new dog, and then we've got young man who's the new leader of the Hands-On Science Center.
Fabulous.
He's going to be on later on. So
Great.
we got a lot to go. Don't you go away. We'll be right back.
I want to invite y'all to come by Clayton's, downtown Tullahoma. We try to serve the community, the area, and we try to help people with their feet and comfortable shoes. We still measure feet. We have a great new arch mat. We have insoles. Please come see us at Clayton's and let me help you find some comfortable shoes for those achy feet.
We're gonna fit your style. We're gonna make you smile. Service and quality at Clayton Shoe Store. We're gonna fit your style.
My husband was diagnosed with a spinal infection. He lost his ability to swallow and the movement of his legs.
I couldn't turn over in bed, I couldn't walk, I couldn't eat.
They were just wonderful in the treatment and care they gave my husband.
I regained my mobility where I was able to go home.
It is miraculous.
Let us champion your recovery. Life Care Center of Tullahoma.
STEM is everywhere, like here, behind the scenes of The Walking Dead.
When we break down clothes, we tumble it with trisodium phosphate, rock salt, and dish detergent.
We stitched together images of our model and created a 3D set that can be walked through in a VR headset.
We're able to turn 12 walkers into 1,000 walker boards.
STEM can create new worlds on and off the screen. What will you make with STEM? Get inspired at shecanstem.com.
Hi, I'm Terry Stroop with Stroop's Accurate Refrigeration, your #1 hometown HVAC company. We offer dependable and reliable service on all your HVAC equipment. We also offer high-efficiency trained cooling units. Call us for your cooling needs. Your comfort is what we do.
It's summer, call Stroop.
Gracie and Pedro might not get along so well.
They're standing on my tail.
But there's one thing they agree on. There's a right seat for everyone.
Oh, that's the good stuff.
Whether you're a dog,
Hold on, Pooch.
a cat, a fish, or a rat.
And I'm a ferret.
Be sure to travel safe.
How can you be so sure?
I'm absolutely positive.
On your next adventure, make sure your children are in the right seat for their age and size. Get it right at nhtsa.gov/the right seat.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're back, and I'm proud to have Chris with us today from the Tullahoma Animal Shelter, and we are starting doing the Dog of the Month. And you know, for years, Chris, we did that, I remember John Olive adopted a couple of dogs because of the dogs that were in on the show. He was over here one day doing one, and I forget who was doing it back then, brought that dog in, and John wouldn't let him leave with it. John said, no, I'm taking that dog home. So who we got here today?
Today we got Curry. Curry is 11 years old. He came in with massive tumors, one dragging the ground. After surgery, he is doing great. He will sit, shake, lay down. He is wonderful, wonderful.
And he is, what breed is that?
This is a Staffy.
A what?
Staffy.
Staffy.
Yes, sir.
Now, he almost looks like a pit bull, except his nose is too long, isn't it?
Yes, sir. It's the same thing. It's a breed of pit bull.
Is it?
Yes, sir.
Well, what is how many dogs y'all have out there now? Are you full?
Yes, sir.
You stay full, don't
Yes,
you?
sir. Yes, sir. Because of us being a no-kill shelter. But Cheryl Rhodes is now shelter manager. She is doing real good with all the promotions.
Cheryl used to come in and bring the dog herself, you know, and
yes, sir.
Maybe that'll be your job from now on. I like Chris; he's a good guy.
Thank you.
And doing a good job over there. Chris, I know that you're sitting there with a full shelter. What can a citizen do? Maybe they don't need another pet. Maybe they got cats. Maybe they don't like dogs. Of course, y'all don't have cats out there, do you?
No, sir.
No,
we
y'all don't deal with cats.
No, sir.
Just dogs.
Yes, sir.
So, what can somebody do that maybe doesn't need another dog or can't use another dog? What can they do to help y'all?
Well, we got an Amazon wish list. They can also come in and make a donation towards the medical for the dogs.
So when the dog comes in with problems, you get them fixed?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And do you fix them as far as
yes, sir. They
spay and neuter?
Oh, yes, sir. They've been spayed, neutered, up to date to all shots. Also, they're microchipped for life.
Wow.
Yes, sir.
Now, if somebody comes in and wants that boy right there, What's about the cost of adopting a dog from the animal shelter?
Well, first and foremost, we want to do foster to adopt to make
Okay.
sure that it's a fit for both of them.
Okay,
And then,
that's understood. You're very good.
and then after about a week, we give them about a week. If they need more, we give more. But after all that, they come in, they say, hey, I want to adopt this dog. It's $100 fee, adoption fee.
So that pretty much helps you offset some of the expenses.
Yes, sir.
Of getting the dog ready for adoption
Yes, sir.
and out into circulation.
Yes, sir. And
How
this-
many folks do y'all have working at the shelter now?
We have 4.
4?
Yes, sir. And we're possibly going to have a temporary, well, let me say this, part-time, excuse me, kennel attendant.
Okay. Well, I imagine there's how many kennels do you have? Each
And
one's separate, aren't they?
Yes, sir. Inside we have 36 kennels. Outside we're housed for about 8.
8, okay.
So
got it going on down there. And
yes, sir.
Hey, buddy. Hey, buddy, look, you're on TV. Look at you. Smile. There might be somebody out there that wants you. Look at you. Aren't you pretty? You are the cutest thing I've seen today, except Peggy Burke. We got Peggy always goes to the top of the list. Chris, thanks, buddy. We
Thank
appreciate
you.
you being here and the work you folks do. I imagine if somebody wanted to come down there and bring a sack of dog food or a metal bowl, feeding bowls, or
Yes, sir.
blankets, or anything they want that they need, you'll take a blanket, won't
Yes,
you?
sir. Any donations will help.
Yeah, because I imagine those. I know my little cat and dogs and everybody. They like to sleep on something soft.
Oh, yeah.
And that stuff tears up.
It does. Some of
You
them
can
tear.
always do something good for the community by going to the animal shelter.
Yes, sir.
Thanks, Chris.
Thank you
Let
again.
us know now, and we'll see you next month on the second Tuesday.
I'll be
Okay?
here.
All right, buddy. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
We'll be right back. Look at that great dog. Isn't that something? I like him. Stout-shouldered. Look at that boy. Come get him.
This place, where you grew up, where your memories were made, and where your dreams were born, where your neighbors stopped to say hello, and where you're always welcome to stay a while,
Yeah.
where your Fridays are spent under the lights, and where Saturdays are made for the water, where you can feel good about a hard day's work and take pride in a job well done, where small business makes a big impact, and home is always a sight for sore eyes. And where the best things in life, well, the best things in life are the little things. Tullahoma Utilities Authority. Power in community.
Hey Bobo, do trees tell each other stories?
I'm sorry, I'm afraid I don't know that.
Hey, why don't we go find out? Listen.
Do clouds take naps?
I couldn't tell you.
Dad, do stars visit their friends?
Look!
For many senior citizens, life looks like this, but it doesn't have to. When you make your home at Parkview Senior Living, life after retirement takes on a whole new meaning. Daily exercise options, fun outings, happy hour, game nights, movies and popcorn, arts and crafts, enjoying friends over chef-prepared meals. Parkview Senior Living, where you're always home, but you're never home alone.
Hi, I'm Terry Stroop with Stroop's Accurate Refrigeration, your #1 hometown HVAC company. We offer dependable and reliable service on all your HVAC equipment. We also offer high-efficiency trained cooling units. Call us for your cooling needs. Your comfort is what we do.
It's summer, come
So you've been meaning to do something healthy, commune with nature, get outdoors and meet new people. We have the perfect solution. Come hike with us. You can find a Tennessee Trails Association chapter near you, including Clarksville, Columbia Franklin, Highland Rim, Jackson, Knoxville, Oak Ridge, Memphis, Murfreesboro, Nashville, Plateau at Crossville, and Upper Cumberland. We're on the web at TennesseeTrails.org. It's fun, it's stress-free, and it's good for you. See you on the trails.
All right, folks, last night at the city board meeting, it was the time of the year that the board approves giving donations to certain organizations like Senior Citizens and South Jackson and the Science Center and different ones. And a couple of weeks ago at the meeting, it was stated that the Soapbox Derby would be pulled out of that list this year because they didn't have enough people to do it. And so last night at the board meeting, the citizens awoke and came in and spoke about the importance of the Soapbox Derby and some things that could be done to bring it back and make it viable again. So thought you might need to see that.
And so that brings us to comments from citizens. So I think I've got a list here of several. Are these both for, they're also, okay. Joseph Thomason. That's what you get for signing up. That's fine, yeah, that's fine. So just give your name, if you would, when you come.
Sure. Can't take Dr. Thomason's position too well, but we're here to represent the Soapbox Derby race and express several citizens' concern about it not being in the budget for next year. And we have several racers. My son was the very first champion in the year 2000, our first year. And then we have Haley Vitale. She is a world champion. We have 2 world champions, and I would beg you to find a event in Tullahoma where you have 2 world champions. And we just can't see this die. We'd like to propose that we can form a citizens committee to help assist the rec department with JP. We'd be glad to help in any way that we can to encourage people to participate and help sponsorship, just anything we can do to help the city to continue this fine tradition. Honestly, there's not a lot for children to do in Tullahoma. I raise children here, and we invent really our own entertainment for our children. And Soapbox Derby, thanks to Kurt Glick, was started in the year 2000, and we can't see it die. So I hopefully one of the aldermen will make a motion that we can continue this discussion maybe at your next meeting. And I love Tullahoma, and this is one thing I've really been involved with my children. They know righty tighty and lefty loosey. They know a flathead screwdriver and a Phillips screwdriver because they worked on these cars. They built these cars, and this is an engineering town, so honestly it's rather embarrassing to give up on this because there's so many engineers here, future engineers, that my son works with his hands. He does laminate flooring and carpeting, probably because he learned how to use his hands. And not me and my kids have had too many accidents. Maybe they're better drivers after this, but do it for the children. I just wanted to let you know we've had 1,000 children that have participated in this in 25 years. 79 of them were Super Kids. You may not know about the Super Kid program. That's a challenged child that drives a car. They think they're driving the car, but there's 2 steering wheels. Haley's father built 2 of these cars himself and donated them to the city. And they have another teenage driver that actually drives the car, but the child thinks they're driving the car. And you would not believe, you got to come see these kids, if we can have this race again, how happy they are when they participate with this. We've had 74 of these kids go to Akron, 2 world champions, and a 9th place finisher. So don't give up, guys. Let's try to continue this tradition. I appreciate your help. I'll turn it over to the next speaker.
Yeah, go ahead.
Good evening. I'm Joseph Thomason, and as a proud parent of multiple Tullahoma Soapbox Derby champions who one day hope to return to this community as engineers, I can tell you that this program has many long-reaching benefits. I wanted to talk with the board tonight about some ideas that could improve the event and hopefully cut costs, just things to think about when you consider putting this back on the agenda. So number one, there should be better promotion overall. This should be an annual event that the community expects to happen, much in the same way that they look forward to their July 4th celebration. Advertising should be done early and seen across multiple forms of media. I believe promotion should start with our annual Christmas parade. I mean, why not put these winners up on a float and let other children attending the parade see kids their own age being celebrated for their accomplishments. You can put a banner on the side that can let parents know when they can sign up. We could also bring winners to Talking Tullahoma, put them in Goodreads, and have them interviewed just to kind of keep people talking about this so they know it's a thing to look forward to. That way other people can hear about their experience and can potentially find out how to join in on the fun. Number two, the event needs to be fun for the entire community, not just the racers. Currently, our Derby is mostly attended by families watching their own child, and we need to encourage other people to come and watch by bringing in food trucks, bounce houses for younger children, maybe give space for local vendors to promote their services. It should be a party on Lincoln Street. I suggest that we open up the event for businesses and other community members to maybe buy a chance to enter their own car for a fun run. This could be promoted as more of a Red Bull style event where the goal is not necessarily to be the fastest down the hill, but rather who can put on the best show. This would be exciting for people that don't have a kid participating in the event, and it would also fill in some of the downtime that naturally develops towards the end of the race. In addition, the extra fees paid by these teams could be used to cover the youth's costs. And number three, I see no reason why we can't obtain corporate sponsorship for this race. We are blessed with multiple engineering enterprises in this town. Donations could be used to pay for simple things like trophies. We could advertise on the side of the vehicles. What kid wouldn't love to have a shiny first place trophy brought to them by Amentum? And finally, I have a letter here, and some of you guys should have a copy of that in front of you, from the director of UTSI, Dr. John Schmischer. I have a copy for you guys to read, but I wanted just to read his summary because I felt like it sort of brought home the point. Sustaining and growing our wonderful community of Tullahoma requires the development of a technically sophisticated local workforce that can meet the needs of AEDC and serve as a strong motivation for recruitment of tech-intensive industries, particularly those focused on aerospace and defense. It is hard to imagine any activity providing greater inspiration to a future rocket scientist than having an opportunity to design, build, and pilot their own high-speed vehicle in an event like the Tullahoma Soapbox Derby. Events like the Derby provide evidence that Tullahoma is committed to developing a world-class technical workforce, which is a key attribute sought by technically intensive organizations. And as a result, events like this could ultimately wind up benefiting all Tullahomans. Thank you.
Appreciate it. Thank you. Greg Douglas.
Yes, sir. I've got my son Arnold with me. We're back to the Soapbox Derby.
Yes, sir.
We competed here in 24. Lucky enough to go to Akron and compete there. This year, when Tullahoma canceled, we went to what I would consider Tullahoma's sister city as far as Soapbox Derby, Athens, Tennessee, and competed there. And lucky enough to go to Akron again. I can't really add anything more than what they've said other than reiterate that Tullahoma is an engineering city. We're known for many different things, great baseball being one, engineering, great schools. This is something that fits the engineering and the great school system. We've met several different people through Soapbox. The communities where it does the best, they use it as a STEM learning tool. They've got cars that are assembled in the middle schools and in the elementary schools. And I would love if we could form a commission and see how we can implement this. I know the city's got limited resources, and to me, that's the key here. And when you only get 9 kids to sign up, it's a lot of money going towards just a small segment of the community. I totally get that. But I think we can improve that with some corporate sponsors. Going to Akron this year, I talked at length to our regional director with Soapbox Derby, a guy named Tommy Waters. He's pledged his willingness to help in any way that he can. The race director in Chattanooga is willing to help with, I understand Tullahoma's cars are quite aged. It's going to take some money to get them back up to the standard, but he's pledged to come down and help switch those boards out and do a lot of that work. So I think we've got the components there to make it successful. I agree, it needs a little bit more publicity. When the word went out this year that they didn't have enough kids signed up, I reached out to people in Manchester, a couple in Lynchburg that I knew had kids that kind of fit in that age group, and they had heard nothing about it, which came as a surprise to me. So I think it's a lot of word of mouth and things that Tullahoma doesn't necessarily have the resources to pump it. So if we could form maybe, and I think government works best when you've got government and people and the community working together. So I think if we could form some kind of commission that looked at it and maybe came back to you guys and gave you some feedback on what we can drum up. But I think there's some funds there, and I think there's some resources from other communities that'd be glad to help.
Is that it? Thank you, sir. Appreciate it.
When asked why I go with Light Tube, well, the answer is pretty simple. In 1946, a company was formed to provide phone systems and nurse call systems at an affordable price. That company would continue to grow. In 2000, that communication team realized the dot-com bubble would provide power, flexibility, and efficiency to house voice-over internet phone services. So they built their own platform and installed their first voice-over IP system in 2001. While Host My Calls was getting started in 1946, a year later in 1947 saw the beginning of the Tullahoma Utility Authority. They would start providing electric power to homes and businesses throughout the entire Tullahoma area. In 1977, as more services were needed, the current building was built to provide both power and water to meet the needs as Tullahoma's growth continued. And in 2008, Tullahoma would venture into the world of fiber optics and start providing the strongest internet service in the area at affordable prices. With the history of these two companies providing dependable service, selecting Light Tube for Host My voice, text, and video to run over was an easy choice. Call today, 931-581-4411, and start experiencing great communications.
Hi, my name is Ringo, here at Barkview Senior Living. They're human friendly. That's why I love it here, and so does my senior human. When they want a bite, they get chef-prepared meals, and so do I. Movies in the theater, day trips, walks on the trail, and other senior humans to play with. The grass and the grounds are exquisite. It's everything my human needs to be healthy and active. Barkview. A Parkview Senior Living. For your dog's best friend, you.
Every day, thousands of kids start vaping. And I can't let this happen to my kid. Of course, it's awkward to talk to your kids about the dangers of vaping. Hey, bestie, how sketch is me? It's hard to get their attention. Ready? Go. Yes. Look at that. Yeah, you didn't turn yours over. So if you want to talk to your kids about the dangers of vaping, you got to get it trending.
No, you're doing it wrong.
Let's go.
Can we talk?
Yeah, what's up?
Visit talkaboutvaping.org for tips on when and how to have the vape talk.
We teach Parkinson's patients how to move big and not let the Parkinson's slow them down. I've had patients I've treated in-house that could not even stand up, could not roll over in the bed, left the facility walking with a walker, have come back to us and outpatient and continued their big program and are now completely, handling life. The success of the program is just phenomenal.
Let us champion your recovery. Life Care Center of Tullahoma.
Hi, I'm Smokey Bear, and I made an assistant to help you prevent wildfires.
Dude, I've got this. I've been camping since I was 5 years old.
But I am a camping influencer.
You know what? I'll bet you $5. Okay. Assistant Smokey, what is the best way to put out a campfire?
To put out a campfire, drown with water, stir, drown again. Then make sure the fire is out cold by feeling with the back of your hand.
Wait, really?
I'll take the $5.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, you know, we live in a town that is so unique and different from most small towns in the South, or really in the country, in that we have soft side goods that most towns don't have. We just got through talking about the South Jackson Civic Center, where it's the smallest little, the #1 small theater in the state of Tennessee this year, doing the country show. We've got we've got the Art Center, we've got the Science Center, and we are lucky to have a young man from Tullahoma, born and raised here, went off, learned some stuff, and now he's back, and he is the new director of the Hands-On Science Center, and his name is Austin Cisco, and he's sitting right here next to me. And Austin, welcome home, young man.
Well, thank you.
Where'd you go to school?
Went to school at Tennessee Tech.
And I was asking him if he was an athlete, and he said till he hurt his back, then he took up fishing and fished for Tennessee Tech.
I did.
On the college team.
Yes, sir.
And so your education is in?
I have a degree in biology. Environmental biology.
Environmental biology, which is something that we all need to think about and very few people do.
Yes, sir.
You know, so what brought you back to the Tullahoma area after school, and what attracted you to the Hands-On Science Center?
Well, I think what brought me back was family. So family brought me back, and I was trying to find a job early on and ended up working for CFC Recycling. A couple of local friends, and they own the business, and they said, hey, Austin, we know you need a job, here you go. So I started working for CFC Recycling, doing just scale house work or operating some equipment. Once I got my shoes underneath me, started doing some of the safety for them. So I started teaching some of the safety classes that we were offering, and every Thursday we do a safety briefing over there at CFC. After a while, they said, hey, you got an environmental background, why don't you start helping us with some environmental work? So I started helping them with some environmental work and doing stormwater and other aspects of it for the scrap industry. And so once I got started, they said, hey, you're pretty good at this, why don't you just continue to do it? And so I continued to do it, and about 2019 rolled around, I joined the board of directors at the Hands-On Science Center. Joining that board really opened my eyes up to informal learning and education. Of course, we all know what happened after 1920, and so we started some take-home science kits because they couldn't come to the Science Center. And once we started those, it really drove me to get a deep dive into STEM education and informal learning. So that's kind of the short version.
Right. Well, you know, when I was thinking you're talking about environmental work at CFC, I would imagine that in the scrap industry, you know, what washes off of scrap has to be controlled. It's not, you know, you just never know what's
Correct.
in a vehicle or a machine or whatever.
Yep.
So you have to be, I'm sure the federal government's very
Federal
on how
and
that
state.
is handled.
Federal and state. The EPA at the federal level, and then you got TDEC, Tennessee Department of Environment and Conservation, are very strict at a state level. And also CFC level. We have a very strict code of our environmental policies. We do it safely and not at all, and we take care of the environment the best we can, just to make things go smoothly. And recycling is probably one of the dirtiest industries there is, because it's pretty much people's trash getting thrown at you, and
Right.
then you have to figure out a way to clean it and sort it and separate it out into its own compartments. So
And make it worth something.
make it reusable. So it's also not only the dirtiest, but it's also the greenest, the
Right.
best for the environment, because without recycling aluminum cans, which I think 75% of all aluminum cans get recycled, without that, we would just have to keep mining new minerals, new metals, and that's more pollutant to the environment.
What about plastic?
Plastic, we started doing some plastic recently in the last 4 years or so, And there's a lot of different types of plastic. You'd be surprised on how many types of plastics there are, whether it be a water bottle to a plastic pallet to.
But does it get recycled, or is that just a ruse?
It does get recycled.
All of we think that's getting recycled is getting recycled.
As far as I know, as long as it comes through the doors of CFC, it's getting recycled.
Yeah, but where it goes from there. I know I save lids. You've got a bottle of water right there, and the lid on it is a tougher type of plastic. And I've got a friend who saves lids, and they go and they're melted down to make benches.
Yep.
That harder plastic.
Yep.
And so I've got a bag back there right now, that big full of lids that I need to take to her.
Luckily, this is where education comes in with the Science Center. Is we're trying to educate kids on how, and adults on how recycling is done, and other aspects like aerospace and other things. But recycling in specific, plastic bottles are now, they're starting to make them to where the lids and the bottle itself are the same types of plastic, so they can be recycled together. Whereas if you have a milk carton, one of the cardboard milk cartons, sometimes they have a wax or a plastic lining on the inside, so you can't recycle that as well because it has cardboard mixed with plastic. But if you have the same types of plastics, or if you have the same types of metals, you can recycle those. So that's,
Yeah, I've noticed a lot of, like we'll just show the other side of this where it's not, but that cap right there is a hard cap. Now I've noticed some water bottles now are coming with a softer, more flexible, pliable plastic cap, which is more like this plastic bottle. So that's what you're saying. Then they get to be shipped in somewhere together. So that's good. That's a good thing. The Science Center. Once you got there, I'm sure your eyes were open to a whole lot of stuff.
Yeah, so the aspect from having a daily visitor, a general admission, to a summer camper or a field trip is our main three, but then you also throw in some birthday parties. You have a different audience each time. So if you have a general admission, they're really there to explore. They're there to figure out what's happening and how things work. A field trip, not everybody has the same understanding. Some of the schools that come in are like, hey, we really want to educate ourselves on this specific topic. Let's go find this exhibit and see how we can demonstrate a phenomena of some sort. But then you also have field trips that are like, hey, it's playtime. Here's your reward for being good for this aspect or for this time period. And so those children
race a cheetah.
They race a cheetah. Sometimes those children get a little more destructive in the Science Center. And if anybody's ever ran a museum or a hands-on museum, everything breaks eventually. It's not.
Oh, of course.
It's not permanent, to say the least. So trying to make things heavier duty, make things more hands-on, and more reusable over and over, or redoable. So if you have an exhibit that you just press a button and the kid gets bored after 3 seconds because their attention span's 3 seconds, how can we make those exhibits more exciting? How do we make them more reusable, and how do we get them to stay there for a minute or so, or even longer, depending on what it is? So there's a long list of things you have to think.
Is the video room still operational out there?
So we have a video wall where you can kind of dance.
You walk in, and it's because I remember we were out there filming that when RJ and a bunch of them built that thing, and it's like is it 3D? Sort of 3D.
It looks so you have a flat screen on the back with of the wall where the projector shines, but you also have on the other side a reflective material.
Right.
And that reflective material mimics whatever you're doing, and so it shows up on the screen.
Right.
And it's crazy how it works.
Yeah.
That exhibit's
kids love that, don't they?
That exhibit's called the Recollections, and it's been up there for quite a while now. I think the projector needs a new upgrade here in the near future.
Right. So. But I'm excited to have someone new, young out there, and you're excited about what's going on, and that's a great thing. You know, we have a wonderful center that was basically built and paid for by
the community,
scientists, and out at Arnold Center, and You know, aerospace people built all this stuff and funded all of it in the community. And, you know, other towns rather join here than in Nashville. I know I have some friends who join here instead of Nashville because it costs more to join in Nashville than it does here.
Yeah, so
but you can still go to Nashville.
So recently that has changed in the last 5 years. I think after COVID, they found that people were somewhat abusing the system a little bit. So now you have within 90 miles, you're not supposed to accept other memberships. But at the Science Center, we accept everybody's. So if it's Murfreesboro, if it's Huntsville, if it's Nashville, those are the three in our area, in our 90-mile ring that are part of the ASTC program, which if you don't know, it's a great time to get a membership at the Science Center because if you're traveling, if you're going to Florida, if you're going through Georgia, you can go to the Tellus Museum in Georgia, you can go to Emerald City or Emerald Coast Museum in Florida, all for free, and there's some stipulations on that, but you can get a membership at the Hands-On Science Center for $95 when it might cost you $25 per person somewhere else. And there's over 300 museums across the globe. We had an Air Force family who moved to South Korea, and right before they moved to South Korea, they bought a membership. Well, they went to a South Korean museum over in South Korea for free. And so they told us about their experience, and it's like, that's awesome. You're using the passport program.
Right.
So if you travel and you want to go to museums, feel free to come by the Science Center. I can tell you all about it, and we'll.
Now, we've talked about you and we've talked about it.
Yeah.
But we hadn't talked about funding. And you have don't you have a funding event coming up pretty soon?
We just had one. Okay. So we had the Are You Smarter Than Science Camper Trivia. So for those of you who don't know, the Hands-On Science Center is a 501c3. It's a nonprofit. It is funded solely by grants, donations, and general admission. So any type of programming we have, I'll consider that under general admission, where it's summer camps and whatnot. Donations, individuals in the community or corporations donating, and then writing grants to state, local, or federal, and even some companies also have their own grant policies. So that's the only way we really receive any money. We don't have any funding from the city other than the tourism tax. So the tourism tax is, we're a tourist organization.
Motel, hotel
tax. And that's a misunderstanding a lot of times. People come in and ask me, who owns the place? And I say, well, technically the Hands-On Science Center owns itself, and the board of directors manages it, and then I manage under the board of directors. So it's kind of hard to say, but what you're referring to is probably our birthday bash. And
yeah, there you go.
Our birthday bash is, we're on year number 35 as a nonprofit. So it's older than I am. And I've been going there ever since I was a little kid.
Yeah, I know.
My dad was actually one of the visiting wizards, thanks to Bill Boss for recruiting.
Yeah.
And it kind of came full circle, so I'm now not
a
only,
wizard too?
I guess I'm a stationary wizard. I do some visits every once in a while.
Robert Prophet ever show up down there?
So Robert Prophet,
he's a wizard if there ever was one.
So he is actually going to be joining us at our birthday bash.
Wonderful.
He is going to be doing some, if y'all who don't know Robert Prophet, he is going to be doing some magic shows at our birthday bash, which is August 23rd from 10 to 4. We'll have a lot of different activities scattered throughout the day. We have 5 or 6 bounce houses going up. We have a fire truck coming out to spray the kids. We have magicians, or Robert. We have Janet from Janet's Planet coming out, and she's going to do some activities with the kids and do a science presentation. Bill Boss is going to do a science presentation. We're going to attempt to make a giant elephant toothpaste, which if you don't know what that is, it's a chemical reaction that makes foam and it shoots up and it looks awesome. We're also going to try to implode a 55-gallon drum. So we're gonna do some science experiments with everybody who's involved. And we also have a food truck coming out, Katrina Tacos, and Kona Ice is going to be there. Good. So it's going to be pretty warm, I'm sure. Hopefully,
always is.
Hopefully the rain stays away, but I think we're going to have a great time. Especially, I mean, we're celebrating a birthday, so and it's the 35th anniversary of the Hands-On Science Center being a nonprofit, and we wouldn't have it any other way.
That's right.
Yes, sir.
Austin, thank you for being with us. Austin Cisco, welcome. Well, you've been home for a while.
I've been home for a while, but If you let me talk, I'll talk for hours. So.
Hey, I love it. I love it. So that shows passion for what you're doing.
Well, if you don't love what you do, why are you doing it?
There you go.
How long have you been doing this show?
33 years.
Do you still like it?
Every day.
Yeah. You get to meet new people.
It's wonderful, wonderful, and serve our community. We've done this for this community for 33 years. We're not a 501c3, but trust me, we're a nonprofit.
Yeah. Well, I was just at the Arnold Community Council meeting, and I was helping Jason put up some chairs, and came to me, it's service before self. And
right.
I think that's what everybody in a community believes is we have a community. We don't have ourselves first. We're community first. And I think I'm here to stay. I have a young child about to turn 2 next week.
Oh, so, good luck. Have fun.
All my family's here for the most part, or around this area. And I'm here to stay and grow with the community.
Well, I'm happy that you're here. Know that the door is always open here for you.
Hey, careful.
If you need, I'm serious. I don't like calling up people and begging them to come where I can help them promote what they're doing.
Yeah.
I will. But if you don't call me and say, hey, I need to be on. You need to be on the show at least once a quarter.
Hey.
Or once a month if you want. When you got anything happening, you can stop by here. We can get you on there and get you 5 minutes any Tuesday morning.
Well, I'll take it.
Okay?
Careful now. I might show up every other Tuesday.
That's all right. As long as you got something interesting enough to keep them captivated.
Well, I got science on my side, so we have some interesting things to talk about.
Pretty interesting stuff.
Yeah.
Austin Cisco, the new director of the Hands-On Science Center. Go out there and spend some time. Learn about what this young man knows, and he's going to take us into the future with that great facility out there. We'll be right back after these messages.
I want to invite y'all to come by Clayton's, downtown Tullahoma. We try to serve the community, the area, and we try to help people with their feet and comfortable shoes. We still measure feet. We have a great new arch mat. We have insoles. Please come see us at Clayton's and let me help you find some comfortable shoes for those achy feet.
We're gonna fit your style. We're gonna make you smile. Service and quality at Clayton's Shoe Store. We're gonna fit your style.
My husband was diagnosed with a spinal infection. He lost his ability to swallow and the movement of his legs.
I couldn't turn over in bed, I couldn't walk, I couldn't eat.
They were just wonderful in the treatment and care they gave my husband.
I regained my mobility where I was able to go home.
It is miraculous.
Let us champion your recovery. Life Care Center of Tullahoma.
STEM is everywhere. Like here, behind the scenes of The Walking Dead.
When we break down clothes, we tumble it with trisodium phosphate, rock salt, and dish detergent.
We stitched together images of our model and created a 3D set that can be walked through in a VR headset.
We're able to turn 12 walkers into 1,000 walker boards.
STEM can create new worlds on and off the screen. What will you make with STEM? Get inspired at shecanstem.com.
Hi, I'm Terry Stroop with Stroop's Accurate Refrigeration, your #1 hometown HVAC company. We offer dependable and reliable service on all your HVAC equipment. We also offer high-efficiency trained cooling units. Call us for your cooling needs. Your comfort is what we do.
It's summer across
Gracie and Pedro might not get along so well.
You're standing on my tail.
But there's one thing they agree on. There's a right seat for everyone.
Oh, that's the good stuff.
Whether you're a dog,
Hold on, Pooch.
a cat, a fish, or a rat.
And I'm a ferret.
Be sure to travel safe.
How can you be so sure? I'm absolutely positive.
On your next adventure, make sure your children are in the right seat for their age and size. Get it right at nhtsa.gov/the right seat.
talking history about this and that. It's Conversations with John and Pat, with John and Pat, with John and Pat.
Hello everyone, I'm John Rickman, sometime known as Blinky. And this is Pat Welch, sometime known as Scratchy. And we're here today with the segment 91 of the Conversation with John and Pat. And we're working on those nervous habits, John. We've been called out by our wives, and I'm going to stop scratching. I've got a death grip on these arms here, and we may toothpick your eyeballs to keep you from blinking.
We're going to do a little song that Harry Carey used to sing at the 7th inning of the ball game. Harry Carey was it Cubs?
Cubs. Middle of the 7th inning stretch.
Take me out to the ball game. Take me out to the park. Buy me some popcorn and Cracker Jacks. I don't care if I never get back. No, it's root for the Wildcats. If they don't win, it's a shame. 'Cause it's 1, 2, 3 strikes, you're out at the old ball game. That was short and sweet, Pat.
Harry is somewhere smiling on that, John. That was magnificent.
You know, he's one of those that wore the great big glasses. Great big glasses. I bet he could see out
everywhere. He could see to Detroit, looked like with those things. Oh, me. What you looking for?
Well, we're looking for a baseball team, a great baseball team of Tullahoma Wildcats.
All right. John, I don't know if you're living out on the fringes of the city, and you may not.
I live in town now, Pat.
Well, you're out on the outskirts, and you may not. The information may not got all the way to you, but the mayor has set up a sports council, and the sports council is promote all sports in Tullahoma. One of the first things they're going to do, or have done, is they're going to set up a Hall of Fame, and I believe the first induction is going to be 12 teams or individuals that will be inducted, I think, February the 9th. But one of those teams, of 2 teams in the 12 inductees, is the 1974 State Baseball Championship at THS, which I think it was the first state championship team in Tullahoma at the high school level after Wallace Wade's pole state champion.
There wasn't a playoff, is what you're saying.
Correct.
There wasn't.
It was voted, and it was
they were
prep
declared.
school, and some of them, I believe, some of them were post high school, and Tennessee Military Academy in Sweetwater used to be where somebody that needed to brush up on his grades would take a postgraduate year. I think there were some of those at Fitzgerald Clark, but it wasn't a public school. It was a private
absolutely
school.
not.
But so it was the first public school state championship that was won in Tullahoma. It was coached by Coach Mathis, Jerry Mathis, who was a legendary coach in Tullahoma. This was in 1974. The previous year in '73, he'd been a runner-up, and then later on he had another runner-up and another state championship team. I think that was about the time your son was playing.
That's when Chris and several others played.
Coach Revis's boy Craig. There were several good players in there, but they had the '74 team. Had a lot of experience, he also played some sophomores that were vital contributors to that team. Let's talk about some of the players now, Philip, if you'll put that up. And
quit scratching, Pat.
But I've got off my thighs. I'm down to my shins now. Let's Let's see here, John. Bill Brantner, who I believe is living in Moore County now, played third. Mike Howell, who had moved into town a couple years previous, was a really good athlete, good football player, real good punt returner. He played shortstop. Ronnie James was on second. Greg Hempkin, I believe when Jerry Farrell wasn't pitching, was on first. Jim Parrish was a catcher. Ricky Pless was a center fielder. And Tim Finch, I believe, was in right field with Joey Tuck in left field. And there were several other contributors in there. I think Jeff Pruitt played a lot. Dale Mosley was pitched a lot. But now from that picture, let's see if we can't get this right. On the far left, and we're going to go from left to right. The first is Coach Mathis. Then was Mike Stamps. Brad Welch was a manager on that team. He's behind him, and then keep going. Mike Haynes, Greg Searcy, Mike Howell, Ronnie James, Bill Brantner, Jeff Pruitt, John Jarrett, Ricky Pless, Dale Mosley, JR or Jerry Farah, Tim Finch, Joey Tuck, and that's Mr. McClure that's presenting the trophy. He was the principal at the high school at the time, and he was also he was chairman of the board of control of TWSAA. He had an important part in the TWSAA. Then Jimmy Parrish, Bobby Riddell, Greg Hempkin, Butch Duke was another manager, I believe, and then Ted Frisbee on the right was assistant coach and a long-time physics teacher at the high school, and eventually, I believe, was on the school board in Coffee County.
Yep.
That state tournament was played in Tullahoma, and I believe there were 4 other teams involved. I should have boned up a little bit more, but they played in pools, and then the winners of the pools played each other, and I believe it was the best out of 3, so you had to win 2 games. A lot of games, a lot of pitchers, and a lot of tired pitchers when it was over with, because J.R. Fair was voted by either the Tennessean or the Banner as the most valuable player in Middle Tennessee, including Nashville, which the Nashville papers pretty well ignore Lower Middle Tennessee now, but he was, and we had several people on the all mid-state and first, second, and third honorable mention, that type of thing at the time. But JR was a great pitcher, and he pitched at least 2 full games in 5 days, I believe it was. And then he finished up a little bit of the championship game. He pitched in the semis, which was his second game in 5 days, and they played Cookeville those last 2 games, beating back to back. And the first game, JR struck out 12, walked none, and only gave up 4 hits. And they scored, or we scored rather, I believe on air. I don't think it was an earned run. I may be wrong about that. I'm going to start scratching. Let me hold on to this. But at the end of the game, the last out that Cookeville had, they had a guy on third, and obviously the manager or coach thought that the man up at bat, there was 2 outs.
He
may have been a good batter, but he realized that JR was going to strike him out. So he had the runner on third, which was Stanley Shanks, and that's a big name in Cookeville. The Shanks, their father, I believe, was a school administrator, and his older brother was a real good player at Cookeville and was a great player at Motlow for Coach Revis. Well, anyway, Stanley's on third base, and the coach doesn't feel like that batter had much of a chance against Mr. Farah, and they tried to steal home. And Jimmy Parrish, we said, was the catcher. He blocked the plate. The last out was at the plate, and I imagine mayhem broke out. But Tullahoma had to win another game, and JR is about out of gas. And I think in the championship game, both teams, of course, out of pretty low on pitchers. Joey Tuck started that game, and then he was relieved by Dale Mosley, and we had about a 2 or 3 run lead, and Dale started getting hit a little bit as he got tired, and Coach Mathis decided if he's going to get beat, he's going to get beat with us.
Beat with the best.
With the best he could, if there was anything left to the best, anyway. So Coach told me this a couple of months ago, that he went to the mound and asked Jerry how he felt. He said he thought he'd be all right. Let me warm up. He said he threw about 4 absolute flamethrowers. And then he kind of looked at Coach, and Coach was still asking for more. And he said, "Coach, the best thing you can do, just go sit in that dugout. I can take care of this." And he took care of the next 3 batters, struck them all out, and Tullahoma won the first state championship that they'd won.
Pat, we have mentioned JR quite a bit. But what did he tell you? And he told me the same thing. He had an aunt that saved or maybe his mother, saved these clippings.
Yeah, they told my wife when he brought her to the scrapbook.
And he said, I want you to know that this team was not about me. It was about us together as a baseball team. And that's the humility that JR showed. And those other players, dynamite players.
They were all really good hitters. They hit all the way down the batting order. Pless was a great hitter.
Yeah.
Howell was a great hitter. Finch had 2 runs batted in one of those later games, according to the newspaper. They had a hitting lineup now.
One thing I remember is Franklin County was in our district. And by George, they
had
good.
We had as harder time in the district tournament as we did in the state tournament.
Tullahoma at the district level against Franklin County started. I remember listening it on the radio, Pat. I was too spoiled to go out that night, I guess. And
Did you say spoiled or cheap?
And they hit that ball. Tullahoma hit that ball, and they ran up a big lead on Franklin. And from that point on, it seemed like through the rest of the time till the finals of the state tournament,
they had a great team.
We're going to have to end up, Pat. Yeah. But this being good talking about that team.
Let's dig on Coach Revis a little bit, just a second, because the last night, the paid attendance at the finals was 1,432 paid, which was a state record.
Well, Coach Mathis loves to know that his team would make money.
Oh yeah, he's not opposed to making money. That broke the record. That was in '74. The previous record was also set in Tullahoma, and it was Coach Revis's Franklin County team that won the state championship. But there wasn't but about 40 fewer. And I don't know if Mr. McClure and Coach Mathis snuck in an extra couple people there to make sure they set the record or not. But it was a great game and a great event for
Coach Mathis. Did a good job with those boys.
He certainly did,
and he was patient in lots of ways, and so we enjoyed that, Pat.
Well, thank you, John.
Good job.
And maybe if this goes well enough, maybe management will. We're setting kind of our sights are on segment 100. Maybe they'll bring us back and we'll have a little segment on every inductee of the Sports Hall of Fame.
Wouldn't that be great?
Wouldn't that be wonderful?
That'd be good, Pat.
Yeah. All right, John, that wraps up segment 91, and it was a fine segment. But it's not the end of the segments, we hope. If management will allow us to come back, we're coming. We got more stories. Thank y'all.
Talking history about this and that. It's conversations with John and Pat. With John and Pat. With John and Pat.
This place, where you grew up, where your memories were made, and where your dreams were born, where your neighbors stop to say hello, and where you're always welcome to stay a while, where your Fridays are spent under the lights, and where Saturdays are made for the water, where you can feel good about a hard day's work and take pride in a job well done, where small business makes a big impact, and home is always a sight for sore eyes. And where the best things in life, well, the best things in life are the little things. Tullahoma Utilities Authority. Power in community.
Smoking tobacco accounts for 3 of every 10 fire deaths in the United States.
Tullahoma Fire Department needs you en route to a structure fire, 202 Main Street. Heavy smoke showing. Neighbors advise child trapped inside.
Lighters, matches, and associated smoking paraphernalia are the leading cause of preschooler fire deaths. We as firefighters know that most structure fires can be prevented.
I've got one! Command, this is primary search. We have a victim. Need EMS to meet us at the front door.
Please help us to give you a fighting chance. This can be prevented. Contact the Tullahoma Fire Department for a free home safety inspection.
What's a Tennessee vacation? It starts off like any road trip, and then, boom, adventure and thrills everywhere you look, which happens to be some of the most beautiful scenery in the country. Music here, history there, and all kinds of green in between. Come relax and unwind, or bring the crowd for some stargazing, or stargazing. Whatever you do, come hungry and expect an awesome soundtrack. It's all right here in Tennessee. We're playing your song. For a free vacation guide, visit tnvacation.com.
Come on. Yeah. Come on. Yeah. 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 Woo.
You're not going to get it all right. Just make sure you nail the big stuff. Like making sure your kids are in the right seat for their age and size. Get it right at nhtsa.gov/the-right-seat.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, it's time for Joeing with Jackie.
Ta-da! I'm so glad to see you.
Oh, I'm so glad to be seen.
I know.
I tell everybody, somebody said, it's good to see you. And I said, it's good to be seen.
Oh, yeah.
You know,
Yes, sir.
And be seen and
Alternative, not good.
Not viewed. Anyway, it's a blessing to be here. That's all I can say. And it's.
I think we're all feel that way.
Well, I think so too. We might not see it a lot of times, but we do, and I think we're all grateful. And a lot of times we don't show our gratitude, maybe, but I know everybody's grateful when it comes down to it. So
what you got on your mind?
Well, we just I talked about it last time. My association of churches, which is my church is a member of a 13. That's a good number, isn't it? 13 member church
my
group.
Lucky number.
Yeah, right. Well, it's been my lucky number because when I worked at Arnold Air Force Base, I was the first black security guard there at Arnold Air Force Base, and my shield number was 13. And I don't know that was good or not, though, because the job lasted about a year. That was back during the Cuban crisis a long time ago, and that's been a long time ago. Boy, think about it.
They had barricades out there.
They did.
You couldn't go in.
They did, sure did, and you couldn't park within a half a mile of your building. Seemed like back then. But my old friend Jack Welch was a security guard with me out there. Of course, he'd been on much longer than I had. And anyway, we got laid off during the Cuban crisis, and that surprised me more than anything. So we got laid off. Now it seemed like the security ought to have gotten better. They would want it to be better during that time, they would demand it to be better during that time. But anyway, they had a layoff of guards out there, security guards. So Jack came to Tullahoma and became a Tullahoma police chief. Sure did.
He was a friend of mine.
Yeah, he was a good friend of mine. He was a good man. Old Jack Welch, and his wife worked in the canteen out there, and. Can't think of her name. Her name eludes me at the moment, but she was a sweet lady, so it was a blessing. But anyway, I'm making a short story out of it into a long story. But yeah, we just celebrated 159 years with the Elk River District Association, and it was a blessing. It was like a half of a week long. Started on a Wednesday with choir night, and then Thursday we had some teaching and it was Usher night, I believe, and they were dressed in red and white, and it was beautiful.
Oh, how nice.
Beautiful occasion. And then on Friday we had our education program, which I am a part of that group, and we honor students that graduate they are members of our churches, that 13 churches somewhere in there. If they have graduates, we ask them if you want assistance, we'll give you some assistance to going to college.
Marvelous.
And we did, and we gave out about $2,000 worth of scholarships. Wasn't much for a small organization, but anyway, it wasn't much for any organization, I guess, but I don't know.
Every little bit helps.
Yeah, every little bit helps.
Absolutely.
And I gave each one a copy of my book.
Good.
You did.
Oh, I did. And I gave them a beautiful poem that I did, and I will.
I'd love to hear it.
Yeah, it wasn't my typical poem. I thought, I said, I'm going to give them something different this year. But it was a it was a poem. This poem was one called "Sky's the Limit," and here it is right here. "Sky's the limit." It says that no man. This is a small version of it. It's a copy that I've cut for framing, but it says, "No man can predict what heights in life that you can soar. Let no man put up walls that bound, nor chains, nor bars, nor doors. Trust and believe you can climb beyond your wildest dream. Not even you will know how high until you spread your wings." So this was a little poem.
Beautiful.
It was a little poem I
Beautiful.
gave them, let them know that the sky's the limit in their life. You know, and you can do anything that you set out to do. And I did another little poem that I've done here before, but that says, when don't let someone discourage you. It says, let's see, what is it? It goes, says, please don't think I'll let you down. From a child's point of view, it said, please don't think I'll let you down. I fought with home. No, that's not the right one. I'm getting off on the wrong one. That was my.
You just have so many in your head.
Yeah, I know it. But anyway, this other poem was just about, you know, things that you can do in your life. Don't let someone discourage you. And sometimes we do discourage our kids unknowingly. You know, when you tell them they can't be something that they say they want to be, you know, you're discouraging.
Yeah, that's bad.
Yeah, and so and it might be something really out of this world. But you know, hey, things out of this world are starting happening every day.
And the sky's the limit.
In somebody's life, yeah, sky's the limit, yeah. And so, I tried to encourage them kids, and I read them off a couple of poems. But I'm gonna tell you, the main thing about it, the program that made it so good was our speaker, Dr. Desiree Venata. And she's a teacher at Motlow. Oh, she was great. And so anyway, but she told the story of her life and growing up in Fayetteville, and just how the things that inspired her during her lifetime, and she went on to higher education and became a teacher, and you know her status now. Of course, she's at Motlow
and influences many people.
Yeah, and she's influencing a lot of people, a lot of children especially, and that is truly a blessing. But she was fantastic in her speaking, and we enjoyed her so much. So I was
great.
just tickled, yeah, and we had a good time. And then after that, of course, we had the conclusion. Well, actually, we had some other events on Saturday. This was Friday night, and then on Saturday we had a children's event that morning, and then there was another event about
something special.
Well, it's about mental health. Really, is what it was.
That's important.
Yeah, and so that was a good event, and that was on Saturday, and then of course we came to a conclusion on Sunday, and I tried to get some pictures around there, and just to, you know, you need to mark every occasion with pictures if you can.
Oh yeah.
Every good occasion, and
so
just for memories.
forgotten.
Yeah, a picture's worth 1,000 words. Ain't no doubt about it. And so, and we concluded the annual session about 1 o'clock on Sunday afternoon, and it was a truly blessing.
Was that before or after fried chicken?
Well, no, we didn't have any. Didn't even have that. Didn't have anything cooked over there this year, really. So
You have influenced so
How
many
dare
people,
you.
Jackie.
yeah, I'm gonna have to remind them of that. I'll get on them next time about it. We didn't even have a meal that I'm thinking, yeah.
What?
But there wasn't no food, but it was a joyous occasion, and like I said, it was 159 years. And
How many people you think came to it, Jackie?
oh, I don't know.
In the 4 days.
It's probably just 250, maybe 300 people. I
think that's impressive in itself.
Yeah, we thinned out some, and it seemed like the church congregations seem like now are not what they used to be, but I don't know, maybe something that maybe we're not saying enough, we're not promoting enough, maybe, I don't know what's going on. A lot of people choosing not to come to church, maybe, I don't know.
Well, they know. It depends on how many kids you got.
Well,
it's all about the kids. The kids are who decide where mom and daddy go to the church.
Well, that's
my
good.
buddies are going over to so and so.
Well, if they go, that's good.
Oh, well, no, it is.
Yeah, don't make no difference.
But how many kids were at this thing?
Oh, I don't know.
2 or 3, 4?
No, it was quite a bit. We had, like I said, we gave scholarships to 5 of them.
Okay.
And just about every one there was. I think just about every one was a 4.0.
That's wonderful.
4.0
great.
grade
That's
GPA,
great.
and it was truly a blessing just to see these smart kids there, and to really want to do something with their life. And I'll stand behind them. I'll help them, as best I can. So it was,
all right.
Truly is a blessing.
Well, what we need to do right now is tell them, go well, go forward. Go
right.
forward and go well. And
That's right.
All you folks getting ready to go to school, I guess they're in school now.
They are in school, yeah.
Fall's here. You're back in school. Be safe and sound. And don't forget Wildcat football.
All
It
right.
starts next Saturday, and it'll be right here at our stadium.
And when you leave home, life is up to you.
That's right.
It's up to you. You might not have mom and dad there to tell you things.
And here we go. It's up to you.
It's up
We'll
to
see
you.
you next time.